All right, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. This is Dee Dee with Power 3 Trading. I'm not here just to teach you the strat, but teach you how to profit from the market using the strat techniques. If you have more questions regarding the strat, please reach out to my guy, Rob Smith, at Smith's in the Black channel, Rob in the Black on Twitter, or at sepiagroup.com. All right, so yesterday, the market, we kind of talked about that, market trading in these tight ranges. We're at the end of the week, guys, end of the month, and it was Monday, and we're waiting. We got a lot of earnings reporting this week, and of course, Fed, right? So don't look for significant moves in this market. I think it'll be fairly quiet, but you'll see moves based on headlines, right? And so we're going to talk about Walmart and some of the retailers in a little bit. But yesterday, what we saw was SPY just traded inside day, right? Choppy, right? So today is our 2-day flip. I'd be looking for SPY to take the low of that 2-day. So at 392.75, we can get this to trade lower. Maybe we can get it to trade down about 389. So this is what I'm looking for in the SPY. Guys, it went inside. I'm looking for it to trade lower, especially given the market. I mean, the news Walmart reported yesterday, cutting its forecast. Let's look at Qs. They may hold up a little bit better, but we'll see. It traded outside, then 2 down, okay? So we're going to keep our eye on this because we know outside bars are broadening formations in and of themselves. So we like to see this stay below this range, okay? So all I did here is, and I'll blow this up so you can see it a little bit better. All I did here, guys, because we know broadening outside bars are broadening formation in and of themselves. So we drew this for the low of this 3 bar to the next bar inside this range here. So I just drew this 3-2 up. Yeah, it doesn't look like we have another one lower than that. So here's what I'm looking for, guys. If Qs, and if you can see this little pre-market line here, little orange line at 299, as long as it stays below this level, guys, I'll be looking for to trade the Qs to the short side. It would have to trade above yesterday's high for us to see a 322 reversal on that daily, right? So what I'm looking at is potential short. It's already in this range, so we'd like for it to trade below 297.93 to see if we can get the market to trade lower here into this range. Okay, and then our small caps, again, outside, inside, I'd be looking for CCI to trade this lower, and maybe we can get this crossover very similar to the SPY. We need to see CCI cross back below 100 as well for the market to give us some confidence that it's going to go lower. Let me look at that SPY again. Yeah, it hadn't crossed over, so we need that to cross over. Qs are much closer, so we'll see. But given some news in the retail space, maybe we'll see that today. So my goal for today would be looking for shorts, and I actually am holding 1 contract on Netflix. I held that overnight. Now I'm going to talk about my next Netflix trade here in a minute. All right, so let's start with yesterday. We talked about Coinbase, and I'll tell you why I didn't like the trade. So keep in mind, we drew our broadening formations. Let me blow this up so we can see a little bit better. We drew our broadening formations on the high of the outside bar here. So this was the high of this day, July 22nd. And we drew our broadening formation from the high back to the next highest bar in this range. This was again, this day. And so we just drew our broadening formations from the low of that candle to the next lowest candle in that daily range. And so what we were looking for is to trade this short, right, below 68.75. So we needed to trade below that level. And then I drew this horizontal line here, because if you look at this, all of this, right, is inside this big mother bar on this 90. So we need to break below this, guys, for the market to trade lower. And you can see here in pre-market, and this was a result of some additional SEC scrutiny around Coinbase. And so it looks like it's going to trade lower at the open. All right, so it's going to break, it broke this gap here. And so the potential for, if you're trading Coinbase, be an opportunity to trade this lower into this SEC probe. Okay, so let's see what this looked like yesterday. Just blow this up here in the 6 minute. I didn't trade it because I like to trade after the first 18-minute close. And here's what I saw. So here's your 18-minute close right here, guys. Okay, so this first 3 candles of first 18 minutes, here's your 18-minute close. And here we said we're going to trade lower, but it had already taken out this range, and now you're inside this really tight range. If you look at it, it's kind of hard to see because it closed right at that level, but 67.05 was that broadening formation that we drew. And now you're in this really tight range between 68.78 and 67.05. So I didn't particularly care for the trade. And if you look at it on the 18-minute, because I like to trade 2-2, I like to trade 2-2 reversals and sometimes the inside bar. And so it traded down off this inside bar, but it didn't hold. It didn't even take the, it didn't take this trend line that we drew here in that first inside bar. It took it here, but that was a really tough trade, really tough. And so you can see that on the 6 minutes, it went 2 down, so inside bar here, and now you're waiting for your next 2 candle at 10:06, and you see how tight, right? So it's 2 down inside, so we're looking for a 2-1-2 continuation, and you see CCI is creeping back up. I didn't like it, and these bars just got tighter and tighter, all stuck inside this opening range, and you can see it stayed there all day. If you just did this, you can see how price just stayed inside that range the entire day, the opening 18. So I did not trade that. Yes, there was a trade actually here off of this shooter on the 90. So you had a 2 down inside, and then you had this 2 up here on the 90. Small move there, but you can see CCI still trending down or moving kind of sideways at that point, but it's in the red zone. The better trade was to the short side, so there was an opportunity to trade this short here off of this shooter 1-2-2, and we could have made some money, but I did not trade it. All right, so let me just remove those lines I just drew, and so you can see that there was an opportunity to trade this here, because you can see as the market started to top off, CCI crossed back below, so it barely got above the 0 line on the 18-minute. So you're back in the red zone right here, right? This is the red zone or sell zone, right? Below 0 and 18. And you can see price started to trade back below this broadening formation. And so we had a short here. Right at the top of the hour, you could have made some money. All right. NVIDIA. I'll share with you how I got into NVIDIA and the mistake that I made and ended up losing money. again, did not like the trade. So we drew our broadening formation, very similar, right, on NVIDIA. Here was the high of that day on the 90-minute. We drew that back to the next highest day. So went back to the previous day, previous couple days. And then this was the low. And we drew that, actually went back a little further on that guy. Somewhere here. Geez, we went back. Yeah, we went back way back. We did it on the daily. We did it on the daily. All right, so, but we did on the low of the day, okay? So we can see here, price action traded below that range. So we're gonna go short below this low of this day, right? We want to stay outside this range unless price traded down, back up, and gave us confirmation on our 18-minute. It did not. It had this big outside bar here. So we drew another broadening formation off this 3-bar. And then we just did a horizontal line right here off of this two up and this 2 up. Because what we're looking for is taking out these previous ranges, and what we had was 2 up, 2 up, 2 up, 2 up. So we knew that if we were going to go lower, it had to take the low of those 2 up candles, right? Because these are 2 ups. To go lower, you got to go 2 down. And so we drew our broadening, just a horizontal lines on these guys. So how did that translate? Again, first 18 minutes right here, guys. I had no trade. CCI is below -100. So the bias is to the short side. Now I have this guy to contend with. You're inside 18 minutes. So I'm waiting, right, for this flip. I actually want to get in right here. Had some troubles trying to enter the trade. Didn't have my setup on my chart. I'm sorry, my trading platform. So I didn't get a good print. So I got in, I think, somewhere beyond this range. This starts coming back down. Here's your 18-minute flip. Now it trades down to this level. So I'm feeling pretty good. And then it goes inside. So I'm actually up money here. Well, I exit the trade here, but because I didn't get a good print, my profit wasn't that great. Here was the mistake I made. I should have just exited once it hit our level here, and as soon as that thing flipped, but I didn't. And I'm going to show you on a 3-minute. So I was a little frustrated. So what did I do on the next flip, right? 2-2 continuation. Bad mistake. I was looking at the SMH that was trending down on the 18-minute. I jumped back into this trade, trying to take this short, thinking it was going to break below this, and it came right back up, guys. Look at my CCI. That was a poor decision. I was monitoring CCI here that looked like it was a better trade. And if you look at CCI here on the 18-minute on SMH, it was still trending lower. I took that move, and I think the Qs did the same thing. Yeah. So I was looking at a different set of charts, and you can see this crossed over. And so I jumped back into NVIDIA, and this is where I say, yeah, you want to look at the broader market, but guess what? Not everything is going to trade exactly like this. And so I erred here. Price came right back up and couldn't get out of the darn thing fast enough, and ended up taking a loss on NVIDIA for the day. Okay. And then I didn't trade it the rest of the day. And if you look at it, these were difficult trades because you're trading against continuity, right? So price was, barely see that, but it was red for most of the day. And then now you're looking for scalp trades, right? You had some 222. This is your inside bar. I don't trade those inside 90s. Then you had your 90-minute flip. still price below -100, I would not have taken that. I would have looked for the short side of that trade. Did not trade that. But I like 222s back into continuity here. It had gone 2 up, comes right back in, maybe a little opportunity here, but I probably would have missed that altogether. I took it off my list after that open and trade, but these are, excuse me, these are difficult, but you had a 2 up, 2 up. This now becomes your range. And you just have to understand your ranges. When you're trading 222s, which is my bread and butter. All right. I like trading 222s or 2-2. It's 2-2s, 2 up, 2 downs. So whether it's a 3-2-2, a 1-2-2, or a 2-2-2, I like trading 2 up, 2 downs with range. This would be your range here. You can see that this green candle is going to be your range. 2 up, 2 up, 2 down. You're looking to take this out after it goes 2 down, right? So this is your 2 up, this is your 2 down. And let me just put it on the 18 so you can see with the U's and the D's. I had mentioned to you guys before, this is a script. When you're still learning, it's a great way to visualize, because that's all you're doing is visualizing what the price action is showing you on these charts. So this is a 2 up, 2 up, 2 down, right? Low of that candle, you're 2 down. You're looking to take out this 2 up candle here. It takes it, and actually takes this 2 down, back down. It trades back to our broadening formation. All right, so so again, when you're looking to trade the market, I am looking to stay with the try to trade in continuity. And continuity for me is the daily, and for day trades, it's the daily and the 90. So if the 90 is trending up, it's got to be trending up. Give me some confidence that this thing is going to go higher. Else I'll just wait for the reversal. Okay, back into continuity. All right, so what else? Netflix, let's talk about that real quick, and then we'll kind of get into the day. So here's what I saw on Netflix after I got frustrated with NVIDIA, because I didn't like the way it traded. Here's what I saw on Netflix, guys. We had the shooter on the daily, and I'm sorry, a shooter on the daily, and the market started to trend lower. Our CCI started to trend lower on yesterday's range. And so I was waiting patiently for an opportunity to jump into Netflix short. And so here was my opportunity. It traded 2 up, it went inside, it went inside, it went inside, and it finally crossed over here. And so I took my opportunity. I got short a Netflix below this low here, right? And this candle. Traded it down, had a nice profit, but I didn't maximize it because I didn't exit well. And so when I looked at this, I was waiting for this crossover because, there's an opportunity for this to kind of trade up on those shorter time frames and then go 2 back down. Didn't happen with Netflix. I exited up here and lost almost 2/3 of my profit. Very frustrating. So what I did was I went back to the 3-minute afterwards and I said, what could you have done differently? And I said, maybe I need to take another stab at this 3-minute on my exits, because maybe I would have gotten out a little earlier and saw this inside, and this crossover right here and got out before I had lost as much. Let's see, here we go. So this was the first 3 minutes, and that was the second 3 minutes in the 6-minute candle. And so I was thinking, maybe I would have gotten out a little earlier if I had looked at that on the, but again, can't go back. So I am holding Netflix short. So got back in it and I bought a so at the close, so not the close of the day, but in the back half, I got back in it and decided to hold overnight because again, this is what I saw. Now we need price to go 2 down. Don't know if it's going to take this low, but this would be our target, right? So if you're trading Netflix, low of this 2 down candle, because we had a 2 up, 2 down, right? So I'm looking to trade this 2 down continuation. It's trading a little lower in pre-market, not quite a buck, but a little lower in pre-market, so we'll see. And if it trades lower, then I'm looking for price to take out this daily candle here because it's inside this range. So 211.50. So we'll see if we can get that move to the downside. So I'm holding just one contract, small, low risk. All right, let's transition here. Oh my goodness. Walmart comes out and says, yeah, we still got some inventory problems because of inflation. People aren't spending as much, especially on apparel, but they already knew they had inventory problems. So this is not necessarily new news, but they have come out and said, we are now cutting our forecast quarterly and full year. That is news. And so as a result of that, they're down quite a bit. Let's look at our screener here. Walmart is down about a little over 9%, $12. Target, 5%, $8. What else? Amazon is down almost 3.5%, $4. Like Nike is down. They're bringing Nike down with them. And so Roku is down. Roku has been down. Roku is trading like crap, has been. Wow, you could have made a ton of money if you were short Roku, down 4%. All right, so we're going to take a look at Walmart, broader range. Is there an opportunity to trade this lower, or you have to be prepared for a potential reversal, or it could just trade in a tight range after this gap down? So we have to be real careful. I mean, look at this, guys. It's taken the month red, right? So this will take the month red if this pre-market holds. I mean, we still have an hour and I think what 40 minutes. So we still got plenty of time for the market to do something different. But it gapped down yesterday to these lows. So right after that announcement. So what we have here now is maybe some exhaustion. Obviously, it's going to gap below its average daily range. But it's going to, once this gapper opens, it's going to create a new ADR. So you may be at some exhaustion. So we're going to be careful that we don't try to trade this lower after this big 9% move right at the open, right? Because here is where we are close to the quarterly lows, right? So the quarterly lows is 117.27. You're at 120.26 in pre-market. So we're going to be careful with that. Let's look at Nike. Still green on the month, because remember now, guys, this is the last week of the month. And that's why I'm a little cautious with these gappers. Again, it'll still be green. It's inside this 3-week pattern. Inside week, it would need to take this week 2 down. I don't know if I like it as much, but it certainly could trade back to this low 105 here, because this is a 3-2 on Nike. I'd be looking, it's at 106.88, 105.43 to take out that range on Nike. Let me look at Walmart again on the daily. So it's way down here, guys. It's inside this range, this 2-up candle. I would definitely be drawn to this 3-bar here. So I would look for 118.75, 119 for potential target on this. All I did was, and we'll look at this again. I drew this broadening formation, this outside bar, this inside bar, and I drew it up because it's got to take out this range for it to go lower here. So Walmart target, let's see. Target is probably, is not probably, but trading on this news of Walmart. Let me see, when does that, oh, stop it. I can, trying to get this to show. All right, so August 17th. So we still have a few weeks before target reports. It's above 100 here, guys, trading down inside week, potentially take that week lower, go 2 down. Again, the low 137.16 is the quarterly low. So it's got some room, maybe gaps down, maybe reversal. I think it's going to be ugly though. All right, so let's take a look at Walmart and Target. Let's see how we can, see if we can chart these, because they're gappers. And again, I'm still in Netflix, but we'll see how the broader market goes. But here's where we are right here on this 2-day. I'm sorry, on this daily range, 2 down. And so I'm going to draw, because it's trading in this range, I'm going to draw this broadening formation as such. The next lowest, this is 119.89, 120, 120.88. Okay, so that would be the next lowest. So I would be looking at shorting. I'm sorry, Walmart is a short until it tells us otherwise. But I would be looking at this target range right here, which is essentially what I drew. I drew it up here. So I'm going to look, let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. We're going to say price, and this is lower. Okay. So we're going to say price is, this is going to be our target, guys. These are going to be our targets. They're pretty close to each other, but you're inside this range right here, this outside bar. So the low here is 117.90. You can see that there. And then we're saying if price is already trading in this range, so that's a 2 down candle, but guess what? It's also in this range. So if it breaks this level here, this will be our next target. And I'd be looking for reversals off of this, potentially, because you're right here, guys. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's see. Yeah, you got to go way back. You're at 117. Yeah, I'd be looking at 117. Is that your quarterly lows? What's this date? June 20. No, your quarterly is away. Yeah. June 20th. What did we say? Quarter lows. Well, I think it was 117 something. Yeah, 117.27. Okay, so that's your quarterly lows. And we're at 117.90. So that's yeah, 118. That's where I would be. I'd sit right in that space. I guess there's a 127.27 somewhere around here. But I'd be sitting right here on this level to see if it breaks the this outside. If you're looking at your quarter, to see if it goes 3-2 down. on the quarter. Okay, so we're going to draw it this way. 317.27 was our quarter, right? Yeah, 317.27. I was trying to find it on a daily, but that's okay. 317.27 is our quarterly low. Oh, there it is right there. 317.27 is our quarterly low. All right. So what we're looking at, we'll just draw it there and say if price breaks below this range, because you're inside this range right here, price breaks below here on the daily 118.90, probably maybe trade to the quarterly lows, and we'll see if it breaks there using our average daily range. So we're not going to draw all the other broadening formations like we had been doing. We're just going to say price trades. So we're looking for it to trade lower, looking for it to hold this range, potentially reverse, because we already know with the 12-point gapper, because your average daily range on Walmart's 133-ish, 131. Oh, geez, yeah, $2. 133-ish. Yeah, $2 is your average daily range. So you're gonna have a huge gapper, guys. But here's where I would be careful, which is why I don't normally trade Walmart, is that you have this. It gaps down and then sits inside your opening range the rest of the day. Okay, so we want to be careful that we're not trying to trade this in these tight ranges. So you have to blow this up just to even see it. Trades down and just sits inside the range the rest of the day. Those are not good trades, guys. Don't try to chase that. Target, same thing. Remove these old lines. Remove. All right, same thing. Let's see. We'll draw, since it's another gapper, we'll draw it on the daily. And so we got this 2-up bar, we got a 2-up bar. We don't have a 2-down bar until way over here, guys, way over here. All right, so this is the last 2-up. This is a 2-up. Looks like it's trading inside this range. So we're gonna say price has to take this 2-up candle here. All right, so the low of this 2-up candle, then it's got to take this 2-up candle. I'm not going to draw all these lines, but you see my point. So here's where we are with target. And so I'm looking for price. If it takes this level here at the opening, again, remember we got an hour and a half left. Trade lower here, right? It's got to take this range here. So not a lot of range here between 147.78 and 145.85. So almost a couple dollars here between the low here and the low here. So again, using our average daily range. So if price trades below here, this will be our target. All right, so it's gapping down, first target, second target, and then we'll use our ADR. Once it forms, right, it'll start forming on the shorter time frames, and we'll be looking for price potential reversals if it's trading at the low of this average daily range. Again, target is 156.95, 156.31, so about $3 in on average, right? 158.40. Oh, sorry. 161, 157. So yeah, so maybe about $3-4 on average. And so here's what I would like to see both on, if we get a reversal, it would look, that's a trade up. Let me see if we can find a reversal on those guys. Because what we'd like to see when those big gappers is for price to trade back above the low, I'm sorry, the high ADR. Careful with that, didn't happen. Here's one. So it gapped down, but obviously that wasn't a big gap down. But here's what we'd like to see. on both of those guys. Gap down, so it opened here, traded up to that average daily range, traded back down. So it went 3, 2, 2 down, 2 up, 2 down, and then another outside bar. We'd like to see, for reversals, we'd like to see price trade back above the high of those average daily range. On gappers, and it would be the reverse, right? If it had gapped up, and we'd like to see it trade below its low average daily range for continuation patterns. So gapper reversals, we'd like to see them trade back above their average daily range. This is a regular continuation. Here's and it just triangled out, but you can see it continued above. Oh, here we go. Here's a good one. Here's a good one, guys. This is what you want to start to train your eyes to see right here. CCI crosses back over. We'll have to go back and find it on a longer time frame. But this was your opening 18. It gapped down, traded to its average daily range. What day was that? Let me see if I can see it. June 30th. Let's see what that looked like on the other time frames. This was a butte, and it traded right back to that average daily range. These are the type of trades where you can make money, but you need, come on, you got to be careful. But CCI is going to help us with that. All right, so look at that on a 3-minute chart. Boof. All right, so opening 18, it trades right down to your, ADR. And then you got this hammer that formed. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Yep, you got this hammer that formed. So here's your second, so here's your 18-minute, 2 down, 2 down, 2 up, back above your ADR. I'm waiting for my cross on my CCI. The last 18 minutes of this 90-minute candle. And so this is a 2-2 continuation, but here's what that looks like on your, let's go to the 6-minute, it's easier to see. Yeah, right here, 1042, okay. So 2 down, 2 down, 2 up, back above your low average daily range, then it crosses back above CCI on the 18-minute time frame. Last 18 minutes of this candle, will it turn this green? It does not. This is your 60 flip right here, guys. This is your 60 flip right here. It takes out this range, then it goes inside. This is your 18-minute flip. Off this inside, you're green on the 60. You're looking to take out the high of this 90. It does not do it in this first 90-minute candle, right? So your 90-minute flip happens here, 90-minute flip here, inside. You wait if you like, and then you can take that move, right? So either on this cross here, using a tight stop, you got this inside bar, crosses using CCI, crosses over. If it comes back down below this inside bar, because remember, you're green on the 60. So if you're doing one of these guys, you can 60 flip, 90, 60, whichever you prefer, which is why I like the 6-minute. Here was your 60 flip, 2 down. This crosses back up, and you can see this move here on CCI. Crosses back over. Probably doesn't cross over till it gets up here, but you could see the momentum here is starting to shift. That's your 60 flip. Inside, I'm here. 60, 90, it trades back up. So start looking at those patterns. So I'd be looking for something similar with Walmart and Target, but that's the key, guys. The key is you want to see these crosses. So this didn't cross over to the 90 flip. You want to see these crosses on CCI to show that the momentum has changed. Does that mean it's going to continue? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And so I'm constantly monitoring this. Am I on the shorter time frames? If that gets stalled out here, guys, and CCI starts trading back down into the red zone, you're probably inside 60, you're probably inside 18. All right, so we have to be aware. This trade at 2 down, trade at 2 back up, 2 up, and then you can see it come right back inside 60 here after it crossed up. And then you're just done, because this is where you're going to get chopped up. When price stops moving, and look at CCI on the 60, when price stops moving, or I say stop moving, it's still moving. It's aggregating up and down, up and down, up and down. But when these ranges start to get tighter, then you're just, chopping up and trying to figure out how to make a buck. And so just be careful with that. All right. All right. So we're going to wrap it up there. So we got Walmart and Target, and the goal is let the market open, look for potential reversals. And if the market trades, lower, we're going to use our longer time frame. So use your daily targets, daily lows as your targets. Okay. All right. So we're going to wrap up with my script, Proverbs 21:5. The plans of the diligent lead surely to advantage, but everyone who is hasty comes surely to poverty. So again, I trade 2 2s. I will trade inside bars. My preference is reversals, 2 down, inside, 2 up, that type of thing. Otherwise, I'm looking at 2 2 reversals, 2 1 2 reversals. Decide for yourselves which time frames you want to use for your actionable signals. Be patient. The market will come. The market will come. You will get your actionable signals, and then just use your CCI to kind of help you with, does this look like it's going to continue, right, in a particular direction, or does it look like momentum is starting to slow and get a little choppy? Are the candles getting smaller, right? Are the ranges getting tighter? Are you inside those ranges? Opening range as an example. Yeah, just jump, open an outside bar, and it stays inside all day long. Find something else to trade. It's hard to trade when you're inside like that, because every 2 2 looks good until it doesn't. All right. So thanks so much for joining me, guys. I appreciate you following and subscribing on YouTube. Take good care, everybody.